Before inserting the equipment, we want to draw a wall in the middle of the room just to separate the two lines of cooking island. So we can run 2D and 3D command, and here we can set left as a reference, 150 millimeters as depth, and 1000 millimeters height. I can click OK now, and we can draw here. Maybe we can start from there. We can activate ortho function, and we can create our wall of 2400 millimeters of length. Right click to confirm. And now we can select our wall, and we can use move command just to move it and center it. Well, now we can come back to Specify, and we can use insert button from drafting section. We can call insert button. It opens electronic catalog of Specify. Electronic catalog permits you to search for the product you want to insert. On left side, you have the filters section, where you can find all the available manufacturers. And for example, here you can see all the authorized brands, all the libraries you have been authorized. And if you want, you can use the star just to select, for example, a manufacturer, okay, and set as preferred item in order to find it at the top of the list. Also, you can also sort this list, just moving up or down the brand using the arrow. Okay. And if you check the library, okay, the software filters the entire catalog only with the content of this library. And you can see here the language available for the catalog. In this case, we are using in English, but you can switch to German or Spanish. And the list of languages depends on the manufacturer, depends on each manufacturer. It's possible also to see the searching levels, all the categories which identify the entire catalog of the current brand. And you can search for a product using the searching levels, or if you know the code model, you can go there in the search bar and you can type the code model or description of the product you are searching for. Here in the filters section, you can also filter by generic categories, or you can see here also the public list price you are using for the current library, or you can filter by dimensions or by connection or type of content, of course. So we can move up, and now we can check SP symbols. SP symbols is a demonstration library that you receive with the Specify, and it counts almost 4,000 symbols, 4,000 blocks that you can insert. First of all, we want to insert, we can use the searching levels to find our product. And I can select, for example, horizontal cooking. As you can see, it opens the sub-levels, and 700, and gas ranges with solid top on electric oven. When you reach the last level, you can find here in the middle the result of your search. As you can see, we just have a few products. So now the first product we want to insert, it's the first one. Okay, so we can select this is the product we want to insert. In order to insert, we can use Add to Project. Add to Project, when you click the button, it comes back to AutoCAD and gives the block to insert. You can make a zoom in where you want to insert your the block. And as you can see, the insertion point is on top left corner. The mouse pointer is pointed at top left corner of the equipment. In this way, it will be easier if you insert the equipment starting from left and moving to the right, because you can join and you can attach the equipment to the previous one. The first time, in order to insert the first equipment, if you want to insert the corner, you can help you with using the quick OSNAP. So you can take the control or shift button of your keyboard pressed and right click with the mouse in order to open the list of all available OSNAP. I can select now endpoint OSNAP. I can move close to the corner, and as you can see, the software shows me the endpoint. Left click to insert the equipment. Now it's asking for the rotation angle because you can rotate the equipment. You can move upright, okay, and click again with left button of your mouse just to identify the angle. So 2 clicks, one for insertion and second one for the rotation angle. As you can see, the equipment has been inserted with a tag number in front of equipment. Now the tag number says 00 because our equipment has not been numbered yet. We can continue inserting other equipment. And now, instead of clicking again Insert button, we can move to the Windows taskbar and we can see here the SP icon just to call back the command. Of course, this form, it's possible to move it. If you have more than one screen, you can move and leave it open, this form, the electronic catalog of Specifi, into a second screen, just to permit you to continue the insertion of equipment easily. Now, if I want to come back to the main level, I can click here to the searching level. I can click to 700 main level. I can scroll down and I can click neutral units base. And we can select without drawer. And now I want to insert a neutral unit of 400 millimeters. Instead of clicking Add to Project, I click Open now, because I want to enter inside the product details. Open button just permitted to see and modify also all the product details before the insertion of equipment. As you can see here, we can find all commercial and technical information for the selected equipment. First of all, we have the possibility to change the product type. All by default, all the products you are inserting are set as new, but it's possible to set a special existing. And the main option, you can also add your own product types. You can customize the product types. So I can leave it new in this moment. I can see the price with the price information. And in general data, we can see also the code, the model, and who is the supplier and manufacturer. Again, all this information can be changed before the insertion of equipment. Here we have dimensions, and most important thing is accessories and options. You have a preview with a JPEG on top left corner, and if you switch to 3D, 3D just permits to see the configuration of your item, okay? And as you can see now, if I want to add, for example, as accessory, I want to add also the door, just checking the door. As you can see in the preview, you can see how your item will look like, okay? And Now, if you want to insert, you just have to click Add to Project. I click Add to Project, and here we have the block to insert. Now I move at the end of the previous item. As you can see, Specify shows the node OSNAP. Node OSNAP is the default that Specify set during the insertion. Left click to insert and move up with the mouse just to give the direction, and again another click, left click again for the insertion angle. As you can see, I have inserted the equipment from the left to the right side, or from bottom to top in this case. We can continue now the insertion of the equipment, and we can insert again, we can come back. Now, if you want to come back to the list of products, here above you have all the levels where the product has been inserted. So you have just to click 700 here, just to come back and see the catalog and just to reload again and have access to the level list. For example, now I want to insert a grill. Okay, I can select electric. And we can insert 400 grill. As you can see now, instead of using the tab mode, in electronic catalog, at the top you have also additional filters. Design ready, that permits to filter only the product which have DWG or RFA in case of Revit with existing symbol. So it means they are compatible with the specified design plugin. Quote ready means they are compatible with the product is compatible with the specified quote. So it contains all information to generate quotation in specified quote. Specify certified instead means the product and the symbols has been created by specified content team who certified also the library and the item. Configurable instead means that it has the possibility to manage accessories and configure differently the item, in this case, through its accessories. Well, in this case, at the end, there are other filters, auto production, or if you want to see also accessories in this list, or if it's a virtual product, not real product, and if you want to see also the preview. In this case, it's possible here to sort the product list with ascending or descending by date or by model. And also the possibility to see, instead of using tabs, like in this case, you can switch to details and you can switch to list mode. In list mode, here you can have access to more information about your product. And as you can see here, we can find also the same icon, and we can see here the product type, new, so you can change also. And if you click here where is the down arrow, okay, it opens the list of all available accessories. So now I can insert the product, okay, and you can insert, you can add the door, okay, and it's also important because you can using this double arrow, you can also change and switch to a different accessory. Instead of a right hinged door, I want to insert the left hinged door. So I can replace the right door with the left door. I just click select in order to replace the accessory. So you can increase the quantity here, and you can press add button to insert. One click for insertion and another click for rotation angle. And the product has been inserted. Again, we can come back and I can insert now another neutral element. In this case, with drawer. And I can expand the accessory list just to add the door as accessory. I can click add. And I can insert the item. Just close the line. We can come back here and we can select fryer, electric fryer. And here we can select maybe this one. Okay, and we can add the door. Again, we can switch and set the right door and click add. Insertion and rotation angle. And the equipment has been inserted. If needed, you can also use edit command of Specifi, always from drafting section. Okay, edit opens um, a tool palette on the left. Okay, and when you select, it asks to select an equipment. For example, I select this one, and as you can see, it gives all information about the equipment, the selected equipment, dimensions, description, and so on. For example, if you want to, you can click here, accessories, just to see the inserted accessories. And for example, if I want to replace the right hinged door with the left hinged door, I just have to go there and select the left hinged door and then click OK button. So you can manage, as you can see, the opening side of the door has changed. Okay. And now you can continue with the insertion of the other equipment. So if you want to modify an equipment, once you have inserted, you don't need it to delete, okay, but you can easily, using edit button, just open this palette, okay, and select your equipment just to modify the information. I can close now, edit equipment, and we can come back now to our catalog. Okay, just to insert another equipment. So I want to insert again another from 700, a neutral unit. Again, with drawer, I can insert the same product. Okay, and also in this case, I want to insert with left hinge door. Can click add. And now again, we need to join to this corner. So shift button pressed, right click, shift or control, endpoint. And in this case, instead of moving at the top, I move down. Okay. So I invert the rotation angle. So I move down the mouse and I click again just for the rotation angle to identify the rotation angle. Again, coming back to 700, we can insert induction ranges. For zone induction, in this case, I can easily add the doors and click add button. We can add bain-marie. And maybe a tilting bread pan. As you can see here, we don't have any doors to insert, so just the feet, which have been already added, and click add button. So in this way, we have inserted all the equipment of our cooking island. If you want to see in 3D how it looks like, you just have to go to from plan view, go to isometric southeast, for example, and you can also apply the shading. So the visual style, realistic visual style. And you can rotate to see how it looks like. As you can see, all the equipment have been inserted with the doors, with accessories. So now we can come back to the plan view just to continue the insertion of the rest of equipment. In case, for example, here we want to insert an oven, okay, we can come back again to the electronic catalog. I go to the main level, so I click the arrow here, scroll up, again 700. Oh, sorry, not horizontal cooking, but in this case I want to open vertical cooking because we are speaking about an oven. So combined oven, okay, and I select gas, with left opening. And here we can select an oven. Now it's loading. For example, here you have a list of available ovens that you can insert. For example, I select this one. I can open the accessory list. As you can see here, we have many accessories. And for example, you can add the hood extractor. And well, after that, I can also decide to add the open stand. So I can check the open stand, but if I click here, just to switch to a different open stand, I want a closed base cabinet. Okay, and so in this case, I can select this closed cabinet. I can use select button just to replace the open stand with the base cabinet. And we can add also the transport trolley. Okay, so here we can select the accessory which permitted to configure the item. And we can click add button. Now with the mouse, if you want to insert the oven over there at wall, okay, usually the oven is not attached at wall, so we can leave a space. So I can select this point as insertion point. So one click for insertion. And after, when it asks for the second point, I can move. I can activate F8, the ortho function. I can move to the left and click another time just for insertion angle. As you can see, the oven has been inserted also with its transport trolley. Now, and everything, when you select, everything is part of a group. If you want to move just an accessory, just a transport trolley, you can use pick style. So in specify tools section, specify ribbon, you can click pick style. Pick style, it's an AutoCAD command that permits to select a single object inside a group. So it separates temporarily the group, and now I can select the transport trolley. As you can see, the transport trolley has also its grip. So you can use the grip or you can use the move command of AutoCAD just to move your trolley to the desired position. Okay. And now if you come back to click again, pick style, everything it's grouped again. Now, if you want to move all together, you can decide where to put and find the best position and best position for your oven. In 3D, I can go back and choose isometric northwest. Okay. And I can apply again realistic just to see the oven just inserted with its trolley. Here we are. And we can come back now to the plan view and continue with insertion of other equipment.